Hi, Taurus. Welcome. I'm back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I took a little month hiatus from doing readings. And as you guys know, especially those of you who may follow me on Facebook, I went through major life changes. I lost a baby and unfortunately my relationship as well. But here I am. I'm back and I am ready to read for you guys. And it's all about new beginnings. And I feel like this new beginning energy, by the way, and some of you may have also had tower moments, okay, or surprising twists and turns, especially during this retrograde. I feel like this is more of a collective energy than just a Dana energy. And when I was tapping into the collective Taurus energy, I could see that some of you are facing some challenges or maybe some tough decisions, okay? And I want to remind you that if you are facing any sort of tough decision or going through something, that you are capable, you are strong, you are deserving, and you're being guided by your spirit, okay? So yes. Anyways, let's get into the reading and go a little bit further. These readings are going to be a little bit shorter than I would typically do, but that's just because I'm just now getting back into the swing of things. So be kind to me, please. And also, because I took such time off from my channel, the views have went down. So if you could share this video, watch it a million times, help me get back to where I was at, I will appreciate it. Back to you. Okay, Taurus. Wow, okay, you got lots of cards coming out. You have the card of action. You have the card of integrity, okay? You have the card of 8 of Cups, the card of gossip, and the card of spirituality. So, whatever you decide to do during this time frame, Taurus, make sure you do it with integrity, right? Make sure that you're following your own moral compass and what you know is right, especially if, you know, there is maybe a temptation or a possibility here of somebody getting underneath your skin or drama surrounding a situation. You know, drama can only find you if you entertain it in return. And so your best bet here, Taurus, is to move away from any gossipy or drama-like people or conversations and to stay balanced and keep your integrity in place, especially during right now because we're in a retrograde and it is an intense one. They want you to dive deep into your spirituality as well, Taurus, to really reconnect with the spiritual aspect of you, that little voice in your head that speaks to you, you know, the part of you that is beyond your physical body. So let's see what else we have for my Tauruses. What else? I can't get the song out of my head, so I'm just going to tell you what the song is. He says, way down we go, and way down we go, 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 go. I think it's Kaleo. I can't get the rest of the lyrics, but it's a really intense song. You may resonate with it. Look it up. Or you may randomly hear that song. Okay, so let's see. You have the card of Be Proud. So it's time to celebrate all you've achieved and all that you are and all that you're also becoming, Taurus. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud of yourself. So, you know, being proud of yourself is something that is like, being proud of yourself is filling your own cup, if you know what I mean. But I think it's so easy, you know, for us as humans to instead find our own faults or criticize ourselves. And that's not filling up your own cup. So be proud of yourself. Acknowledge that you are a freaking Taurus. Taurus is like one of my favorite zodiac signs, by the way. I mean, I don't discriminate against any zodiac signs, but I do have a couple favorites, and you're one of them. So let's see, what else do we have going through? Judgment, 10 of Wands. All right. Okay, this message is about the work front. I'm going to get to that in a second here. For some of you, on the work front, okay, it could feel like things are pretty heavy, or that you have a lot of shuffling to do. You know, it feels to me like things are feeling harder than they probably should feel hard, and this may be pushing you to make some decisions for yourself, whether that's, you know, leave, stay, or just simply how you're going to handle the energy. And again, there's that reminder to keep your integrity in place, though, because as long as you are always taking the high road, you know, the universe is going to support you in that energy, and then everything works out for you. So that's the encouragement there for those of you who are struggling, say in the workplace or at a job or with what you do for a living. You know, dive deep into yourself and stay connected. Now, the other way I could read this is a tough decision. Some of you, it could be around relationships or a relationship. You have 9 of Cups, King of Pentacles here. So this is very satisfying and grounding energy. And I like that it comes after this more difficult energy. So I feel like, you know, if you've been feeling burdened, okay, by a situation or a person, then it's decision time. But I don't really feel like it's time to necessarily take full-blown action. I think it's more of like an internal decision, like an agreement with yourself, if you will. And because we're in a retrograde. So that's the only reason why I'm saying I wouldn't encourage big decisions ever in a retrograde. But I think in the meantime, what you're being encouraged to do here is to, you know, stay doing things that make you feel satisfied. Keep yourself grounded. Keep yourself practical. You know what I mean? So the Knight of Cups is here to encourage you to also express your emotions and be vulnerable with yourself, okay? So let's see what else we have coming through for Taurus. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. So I want to go back to what I was saying about being vulnerable, because I said it, vulnerable with self. Because right now, I don't think I'm not getting a feeling of being vulnerable to another person is a good idea for you, especially if you're in this like weird energy. So what I mean by that is like self-soothing, being kind to yourself, right? There's the 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords here. So again, this is kind of keeping things to yourself, if you will. Like this is self-restrictive type of energy. So some of you, you know, you may be keeping your vulnerability to yourself, or keeping your thoughts to yourself right now, or your plans or your emotions or something of that nature. And then there's that encouragement again here, Taurus, to give it time. Like I don't see any fast moving energy. I see a need to get grounded. I see a need to focus on things that make you feel good, and then give it time before making big decisions. And sometimes it is important to keep your thoughts to yourself. You know, sometimes like what we think, I was going to quote an Abraham Hicks, my mind is going blank. I'm sorry, guys. Abraham Hicks told a story that her husband, he either read a book or he wrote a book, but it is basically titled like, Have Great Plans and Tell No One. because he understood that sometimes when you tell people before you're ready to act, their maybe doubt or skepticism or opinion can actually influence your energy and make you maybe second guess or question or put energetic blockages up to what you are actually planning to do or wanting to do. So be careful with that, okay? But let's go a little bit further. Let's see. What else for Taurus? King of Swords. It's in the reverse. I'm going to honor it in the reverse. The Fool in reverse. So again, I don't know how many times I can get the same. Oh my. That's too many though. I don't know how many times I can get the same message, but this is basically like, don't say it, don't do it, don't make any big decisions, do not take that leap of faith just yet. Like, there are certain things that need to happen in the universe that may be out of your control that need to be orchestrated for you first, okay? Whether this is in relationships, work, finances, whatever. Let's see what else. Yeah. So the best way to keep your power here, Taurus, is this is a weird message, to keep things to yourself. I have a Selena Gomez song now. I mean, I could, but why would I want to? Anyways. Maybe that made sense to somebody. Yeah, and with the Queen of Wands here, Taurus, you're showing up, you know, quite fiery almost, especially if you have fire in your chart. Be careful with temperament and your mood and getting triggered. That's also a high possibility during a retrograde. I think it takes a lot to trigger a Taurus, but you're not untriggerable. So be careful with that, because the energy is really erratic and really moody. And especially if you are moody, you may be careful about saying or doing things that you don't really mean or that you may regret later. So again, there's that message about staying grounded, staying practical. And, you know, one of the best things you can do for yourself is praise yourself, love yourself. Pick out the things that you appreciate about self, etc. So that would be my encouragement to you. But let's see what the advice cards have to say. Down we go. That song again. Our diversity supports our individual freedoms. While your societies continue to try to dictate and enforce human behavior to please the majority, because of your differences, it continues to be an uncomfortable struggle that again and again will fall of its economic weight. There is simply not enough money in the world to buck the natural current of individual freedom and independent thought. Okay, very interesting. And I do want to get one of these as well. So let's see what this advice card is. Well, got two. Love. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you are just as worthy of receiving, and heavy on that part, receiving, as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it's an equally a form of energy that will propel you through life. And then you had one more here. Listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to speak your truth or offer advice, but instead it is time to be an active and maybe compassionate listener, to listen fully and intently and pay attention, not to what's just being said, but to what lies beneath the words. Taurus, when you're speaking to somebody, read the room, but don't give away what you're thinking. Not yet. Okay, let's wrap it there. Zodiac signs that I'm seeing that you may be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have here Libra, Gemini, Aries. Okay, Aries again, but also could be Leo, Sag, and Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Those could be in your chart, or the placements could be in the chart of somebody you are dealing with. Take what resonates. I can't speak. Take what resonates. Leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please let me know in the comments below. And guys, please help me get my page back to where it's need to be. I went through some major life changes, and unfortunately, my page suffered. So like this, comment, interact with this video to increase the traffic, share it. Even if you just share it with yourself, I would appreciate it. Also, I reopened my website, and I'm going to be reopening private readings soon. TarotTimeWithDana.com is my website, and I'm on Facebook. I'm going to be going live there to talk about some of my personal life changes at some point. And you can follow me there. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of my Facebook as well. And I also do daily readings there. So check me out on all of them. And until next time, my friends. Namaste.